Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I'm recording this in my car from Brisbane Airport. I left Brisbane at 8 o'clock this morning. It's midday. I'm now back in Brisbane. I know this sounds really weird. I'm going to tell you why I did this in a second. But first of all, the title of this probably gives it away. This is called a status run. And I was thinking, like, status runs, if you're reading that title and you don't know what I'm about to share with you, you might be thinking maybe a marathon is a status run, because it is a run that does give you a bit of status. But this is something a little bit, it's obviously quite different from that. So what a status run is if you have loyalty with an airline, every year that loyalty can either renew, so you keep your status with that airline, which gives you a ton of benefits, or you might drop to the lower rung. And so I've been a Qantas Gold member for years, I would say maybe even a decade. And in the last year, I actually haven't been that loyal with them. And I've been doing some flights like internationally and switching airlines. I've been cheating on the One World Alliance just because I wanted to get to places faster, or there was a better rate, or could get a better deal with a different airline, or it left at a better time of day. And so obviously, I haven't been so loyal to Qantas in the last year or so. And also because their service offerings have dropped. I've definitely noticed that. What used to be a pretty premium airline, it really no longer is. But saying that, I still want to maintain my status. And so I had to do this status run. What that meant was to continue gold status, I needed 600 status points, and you can only get them by flying on Qantas or Jetstar aircraft and paying for your ticket. My status anniversary is due on the 31st of May, and I was chasing an additional 100 points. Now, the good news is when you get to 500 points, they just give you a loyalty bonus. You can choose either to take the frequent flyer points, or you get another 50 status points. So I took that. So I needed to find an extra 50 points, and I wasn't traveling for any reason. So what I did was, to do this, I got Manus AI onto the case. A couple of weeks ago, I said, Manus, I need 50 points. Can you please find me the cheapest rate that will get me that? Send me the itinerary and let me know how many points I'll get as a result. Also the shortest duration, so I can leave and get back quickly. And so Manus AI, what it did, it got its operators to do was, I put those instructions in, asked me a few questions, and then I let it roll for about 30 minutes, came back and I had the answer. And the answer was my itinerary today. So I flew to Newcastle on the 8 o'clock flight. I got off the plane. I had to actually, Newcastle Airport, you can't just go back into the gate. You have to go out, come back through security, and then, jump back on the same plane back to Brisbane. It was a business class flight there, and then economy on the way home. So 4 hours, I've got that. I did some work on the plane. It's been a good start to the day. Now, first of all, I want to share that this probably makes me sound like a bit of an idiot doing this, but it is a thing that frequent flyers do, and it's very important, I guess, for me to maintain my status, not because of the status game, but because honestly the benefits of maintaining gold compared to silver are so dramatic. Qantas Gold, you get priority boarding, you get access to all the lounges, including on partner airlines. So if I fly Emirates to Africa, I get access to the Emirates lounge. Because Emirates is part of the One World Alliance, I get access to their lounge. You don't get that with the Qantas Club membership, which you can pay for. You only get it through status, or if you fly business class. So it just opens up all these different, avenues. You get better seat selection, you get more frequent flyer points for everything that you've booked. So it's totally worth me to do it. I was being a bit weird about it before I actually made the decision to do it, because obviously it is time out of my day. There's extra cost involved, plus all the just energy and fuel consumption. But I carbon offset my ticket. I've tried to do it in the leanest way possible. And like I said, I combined it with work. And I've actually thought up some really great ideas for my work fame publication on Substack. And I use the time in the lounge just to connect to some people and just do some things that have been on my mind, and created a really great list of hey, these are some things I need to do. So it's kind of a really great way to, we metaphorically talk about being on the dance floor. When you're in it, you're kind of reacting, and then being on the balcony. I was on a balcony that was 20,000 feet in the air. So that really helped, actually, just to help me zoom out, as well as a nice thing to do. But anyway, now I'm going to have to restart my morning routine, go home, do a leg workout downstairs, and just settle back into the day. But it's totally worth it. I think the cost for me to do this was around $500. Business class down to Newcastle was only $300, and then the return trip was around $200. But for the year of benefits, no brainer to do it. So I just want to share that with you if you didn't know what that was. I'm part of a group on Facebook called Frequent Flyers Australia, and people will frequently do status run trips. I was also thinking there's an option of going to Port Vila, or going to Vanuatu or somewhere kind of cool, but I'm look, things are pretty hectic right now. Let's just try and do a quick getaway, half a day. So that's what I have done today, a status run. It's a thing. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.